Make It Your Race kicks into high gear with the final selections. It started off with 30,000. There are 24 left, but only 6, 1 per country, will take to the track with professional drivers. And there will be only one winner. They're facing the most important boot camp of their lives. A driver must also be a good mechanic and prove his teamwork skills. They've changed the tires, checked the oil, tested the brakes.
I problemi meccanici di solito sono molto difficili da percepire.
The first tensions arise. Fatigue starts showing, but also joy and a will to win.
C'est un bon résoluteur de problèmes et je vais les trouver, c'est certain.
Another hard day awaits them. The coaches expect these rookies to give their all.
Die Beschleunigung hätte noch ein bisschen besser sein können.
They'll have to prove their talent and keep calm. Adrenaline pumps. At the end of the day, 1 driver per team will be eliminated. And there'll be no lack of twists and surprises. It's all in. Make It Your Race. The first talent show for aspiring drivers. They come from all over Europe, and they've proved their great talent. They're the best aspiring drivers you'll find. 4 Italians: Luca, Alberto, Yuri, and Alberto Sala.
Il sogno di arrivare a Franciacorta a fare la gara con i grandi campioni è sempre più vicino.
4 Germans: Arne, Christian, Christoph, and Miriam.
Da kann ich eigentlich nichts mehr hinzufügen, außer dass es echt eine Ehre ist und viel Spaß macht, hier zu sein.
From the UK, Daniel, James, Carly, and Darren.
Brilliant.
It's an amazing experience.
4 French: Christophe, Jérémy, Fabienne, and Jean-Baptiste.
Je m'imprègne de toute l'atmosphère course pour pouvoir aller au mieux dans la compétition en face de mes adversaires.
4 Swiss: Fabio, Benjamin, Leandro, and Luca.
Motorsport Herzen zu sein, und das ist wunderschön.
And last but not least, 4 from Belgium-Luxembourg: Spencer, Robert, Jérôme, and Fabio.
Voilà, j'attends qu'une chose, c'est de salir un peu dans le baquet. Et de toute façon, on le sent, c'est imminent.
They share passion, talent, and a will to win.
If I do something, I'm determined to do it to the best and get recognised for it. So I want to achieve as much as I possibly can.
Ouais, je suis là pour gagner et si je suis là, je vais tout faire pour gagner.
Io sono qui per vincere.
Si deve vincere.
The second day of boot camp is about to begin. There's still 24, but today they might have to face the hardest test till now.
The test consists of driving a tampered-with car and detecting 4 malfunctions: a faulty wheel alignment, the front left-hand side rim out of shape, faulty brakes, and lastly, a broken radio.
La pastiglia esterna qua c'è tutta.
Each driver will complete a short course, feel the car, and then report the malfunctions to his own coach. The aim is to spot all 4 of them.
C'est un bon résoluteur de problèmes et je vais les trouver, c'est certain.
It's time to take to the track.
Second day of tests and selections. It's not easy to detect a malfunction on a tampered-with car, especially when you're not a professional driver.
That's good. Problems solving. I've got a bit of an engineering background, but I don't know. I hope it comes into play today.
Sono abbastanza bravo a individuare i problemi perché li sento.
J'ai bien fait l'épreuve parce que sinon c'est mon père qui me licencie au garage.
Solution des problèmes, c'est partie de mon métier, mais c'est pas tout à fait mécanique, donc je vais essayer de faire de mon mieux.
The first step is to listen carefully to the coaches.
You can drive it around just this bowl, just past the cars, and then come back in here. So don't go any further than the sign's just up here, okay?
Dai, vai, puoi fare un giro.
Each has his own style. Some go fast. Others less so. Some warm up the tires. When they get out of the car, they use different techniques to detect the malfunctions.
I problemi meccanici di solito sono molto difficili da percepire, a meno che non siano errori grossolani.
They all have to confront the coach.
Luca, com'è andata?
Bene, allora sicuramente c'è qualcosa a livello di sterzo. Potrebbe essere un cuscinetto o un braccino dello sterzo.
The thing that was obvious to me is the SRS light is on, so there's obviously an airbag system fault.
Beh, l'altro problema è il freno che è lunghissimo.
Die Beschleunigung hätte noch ein bisschen besser sein können, sachant qu'il nous en faut 4.
Ouais, oui, pour l'instant, je sais pas. Après,
Ok.
je sais pas si on peut refaire un deuxième tour ou quoi.
Non.
Elle va très bien, cette voiture. Écoutez, moi, je roule tous les jours en Alpha, depuis tout le temps, et pour moi, elle va très bien, elle me convient parfaitement.
Very few rookies discover the anomalies.
Ja, wie war das für dich? Ja, also ich habe gemerkt, dass die Lenkung ein bisschen undirekt ist.
Yeah, for a race driver, it's very important to have a good understanding and feeling for the car.
Sonst weiter bremsen, okay. Lenkung passt, Gangschaltung auch soweit. Ma jetzt nichts direkt, vielleicht zieht er ein bisschen nach rechts rüber.
L'airbag non funziona, quindi c'è qualche anomalia all'airbag. Oppure un discorso di proprio di convergenza della macchina.
L'ESP, la clim, la transmission, et qu'est-ce que j'ai... Et l'autoradio qui fonctionne pas.
Et l'autoradio,
voilà.
ok.
Il faut un petit peu de musique, il faut toujours tester, on ne sait jamais, hein, on n'est pas toujours en mode course, on peut toujours avoir une jolie fille à ses côtés. Et ben, un petit peu de musique romantique, ça fait pas de mal dans une voiture italienne.
The test turns out to be harder than they expected.
It's very difficult. I think this is probably one of the hardest tests there can be. I'm not sure how many of us coaches would have got all 4 of the problems.
Je n'ai pas trouvé les 4 erreurs.
Je suis parti dans... Je l'ai fait un peu trop vite, j'ai pas pris le temps de jauger et arriver au bout du cercle, je me suis rendu compte que c'était déjà fini et que j'avais pas pris le temps de checker la voiture.
Ja, ich bin mir nicht sicher, ob ich alles rausfinden werde, aber ich gebe alles. Ich schaue auf verschiedene Punkte.
Poi la macchina tira leggermente a destra e questo potrebbe essere legato alla geometria delle sospensioni.
Der Ton irgendwie fühlt, also es hört sich nicht so an, als wäre es normal. Ich habe hier auch gesehen, dass es irgendwie Klebeband.
Also ich bin ein bisschen enttäuscht, weil die Fehler sind... Insgesamt wurde nur ein einziger Fehler festgestellt. Da hätte ich schon ein bisschen mehr erwartet, dass man mehr spürt, mehr fühlt. Wobei eine Runde ist auch sehr wenig.
Con il poco tempo a disposizione la mia squadra è stata sufficientemente in gamba almeno a determinare I problemi, quelli fondamentali.
C'était une épreuve qui était vraiment pas facile, je pense, parce qu'ils avaient très peu de temps en fait pour déterminer les 4 anomalies, donc je trouve qu'ils s'en sont bien sortis.
Mon équipe n'a pas réussi à trouver les problèmes. Évidemment, la radio, c'était un petit quelque chose de spécial, donc ça, personne n'a mis le doigt dessus. Par contre, on a trouvé des problèmes qui ne sont pas sur la voiture. Merci Spencer. Au suivant.
They've changed the tyres and the oil. They've proved they know how to brake. They've gone from being drivers to mechanics.
But a crucial test is still missing, a mandatory step in the life of all drivers.
The adrenaline of a race on a real go-kart track.
The competition is just beginning, and a thrilling and important surprise test lies ahead.
We are going right now on track, finally. I hope you are happy. We are not going on race cars, but we are going to go on karts this afternoon.
But once they get there, their faces reveal sheer excitement.
Tous attendu cette journée avec impatience. C'est la journée où on devait faire du kart. Et mon équipe était très impatiente de pouvoir finalement être au volant et faire la course et montrer de quoi ils étaient capables.
We arrived at the go-kart track in the afternoon. Everyone was very excited to do the first tests in the car and show their skill in driving.
One of the fastest go-kart tracks in Italy awaits them.
Il kart è fantastico, è il mezzo che più si avvicina alle sensazioni di una macchina da corsa.
At last, one against the other.
Yeah.
And after the race will come the crucial verdict, the elimination.
È un momento in cui inizi davvero a sentire la tensione e l'adrenalina che sale, quindi capisci che non si scherza più d'ora in poi e che tutto quello che farai sarà valutato al 100%.
6 drivers, one from each team, will go home at the end of this day.
Ce soir, une personne s'en va.
It'll be more, I'm going to be looking at if you're getting better, if you're improving. You know, not just sticking one good lap in, being quite consistent as well. Okay, so it might not be the fastest of you might go home.
Fate conto che sia una qualifica,
come se fosse un turno di qualifica.
Bravo, un turno di qualifica dove se andate bene sarete ammessi alla gara e se andate male dovete solo recitare, dovete recitare il proprio mea culpa.
Ouais, je pense que là la compétition va vraiment commencer et on commence à sentir la rivalité entre chacun et la nervosité auprès de tout le monde. Moi je crois que je contrôle assez bien.
Wenn die Entscheidung fair ist, dann ist es natürlich in Ordnung und ich denke, die Entscheidungen werden fair getroffen und ja, wir werden sehen.
Damit muss man leben. Dann sind die anderen besser gewesen, aber ich werde alles machen, dass es nicht passiert. Aber man kann ja nie wissen. Das kann jeden treffen.
I'm going to give it everything I got. Fingers crossed I can make it through.
Every ritual has its own ceremonial, and every ceremonial its own dress code. It's the first time they wear a racing suit. Gloves, boots.
Ci stiamo immedesimando adesso veramente in un vero pilota.
Ich will ihn gar nicht mehr ausziehen.
Vivrei tutto il giorno con la tuta addosso.
I love wearing this.
Like a race driver. What excited.
Fantastico.
It's time to grip the wheel and hit the throttle.
Abbiamo visto sti kart che avevano un gran telaio, avevano il freno anche sull'anteriore, il disco flottante, meraviglia.
125 cubic centimeter go-karts, 2 strokes, 6 gears. In a few minutes, the drivers will come out of the pit lane and line up at the start line. The coaches give last-minute tips.
Try outside line, come back in again. Grip, yeah. Or tight line. Just be be careful on the gas because they're quick, so feed it in slowly.
They're very demanding of their teams.
Von der Linie runterfahren, also manche Kurven ein bisschen weiter außen fahren, dass ihr auf dem griffigeren Bereich fahrt, wie ich auf der Ideallinie.
They boost the rookies.
Je sais plus à qui j'ai dit quoi, mais ouais, des actions plus vite, douces, suffit d'essayer de réaccélérer. Freine pas trop tard pour pouvoir réaccélérer le plus tôt possible.
Dai ragazzi che portiamo a casa anche questa giornata.
Stringe il serbatoio, perché così hai più sensibilità.
They warn them about the dangers.
Constant for the nose. You don't think about anybody else. Really concentrate on just what you're doing.
They all want to prove what they're worth. To the coaches. To the rivals. To themselves. Their place is at stake. The rookies are ready. Everything's meant to go well. But the sky decides to muddy the waters.
Alors j'ai une bonne et une mauvaise nouvelle. La mauvaise, c'est que la course est annulée. C'est vraiment mieux de faire comme ça, je vous assure. C'est plus raisonnable que la course soit annulée. J'imagine que vous êtes un peu déçus.
Acquolina in bocca abbiamo.
Peccato, vabbè dai, ma non c'erano le condizioni, bravi.
Ci siamo trovati lì, l'abbiamo provato, ci siamo vestiti, abbiamo provato finalmente, abbiamo indossato le tute, ci siamo messi il casco e poi è arrivato il diluvio universale.
It's like giving a kid a lollipop, let him lick the lollipop and then take it away. You know, it's frustrating, really frustrating.
Es war eigentlich schade, aber es war für die Sicherheit gut, dass wir nicht gefahren sind.
La sécurité avant tout, et là c'était vraiment pas possible. Sans pneus pluie, c'était difficile, impossible.
So I also have some good news, and that we won't be eliminating anyone this season. Okay. So you're all going to go to Warno, all going to get the chance to go, so we can fairly give you a test.
Brilliant.
Okay.
The rain has also chased away the shadow of elimination. There are different reactions.
Celui qui aurait été éliminé, ça aurait été une chance. Maintenant, je partais du principe que c'était pas moi, vu que j'ai quand même la niaque pour aller au bout.
One night more, we are all together.
Why do I have to thank the rain? If I would have been first, I would have been included anyway. So.
Last time, the first time we come and we got through to this stage, it wasn't until we stood on that line that my heart suddenly started going hard and fast, and I don't know. Until we stand on that line, I don't know if I don't know how I'm going to feel.
Sono contento alla fine che nessuno è andato a casa, però sarebbe stato più bello correre.
But that's not the end of the surprises.
A driver's sensitivity depends on the contact between the wheels and the track. In order to improve your sensitivity, we've decided to reduce the number of wheels on your competition vehicle. We've chosen a vehicle with only one wheel.
This test will be performed by 2 competitors per country, who will be chosen by us according to your characteristics. One will sit in the wheelbarrow and one will push. You'll have to do 100 meters in a straight line. The first one to arrive wins. Got it?
Let's start with France. Fabienne. Christoph. Then Switzerland. Fabio. Luca. Now Belgium. Fabio. Robert. Germany. Christoph. Miriam. The UK. Darren. Daniel. For Italy. Yuri. Alberta Fontana.
One last thing before we start. The ones in the wheelbarrows will have to guide the ones who push. Because the ones who push will be blindfolded. And the winner is Switzerland.
Carriola è andata benissimo, abbiamo vinto la prova, Fabio era il driver e io ero quello che doveva comunicargli appunto un po' se andare a destra o a sinistra, se spingere di più. Alla fine in photo finish abbiamo vinto, quindi ottimo.
They're still 24. The rain has saved them from elimination. But a challenging day of boot camp lies ahead. We're almost at the turning point. They'll drive the Assetto course again. The circuit will decide who'll reach the semi-finals. 12 rookies will be eliminated. 12 will continue the adventure of Make It Your Race.